my HyuneeEats. It's your girl, Hyunee, and today I'm going to be eating some Korean sashimi, aka hweh, so let's get started. I'm so excited for today's mukbang because you guys know I love sushi, but also I love Korean sashimi, and it's a little bit different from Japanese sashimi because Koreans, how we eat it is with lettuce, sesame leaves, garlic, pepper, and seasoned paste, and then we have this chili pepper paste, mixed with vinegar, and it tastes so amazing. It is the best, out of this world. I'm sorry, but I don't know what each of this fish is. I just know salmon, tuna, and then I don't know any of these white fish. And then uni and abalone and tamago. And then I have ginger right here. So let's get started. Okay, because the lettuce is so big, this one's already cut in half. And then sesame leaf. I love sesame leaf. And then I have a bunch of garlic and pepper right here. Actually, should I first taste the sashimi itself? Yeah, I think I should do that, huh? I'll go from light to dark, so this one looks the lightest to me. Yum. I have wasabi already mixed in here. So fresh. I think this one's red snapper. It has a little bit of red in it. Pretty sure it is. This one's a bit chewier and less fishy. This is a large size. And then tuna. Tuna is not really my favorite because if it's not that fresh, it's a little too fishy for me. But this one is good. Perfect. I love abalone too. Have you guys ever tried abalone congee? It's so good. It's one of my favorite. I don't like congee that much because I don't really like mushy rice. But abalone congee is the best. So you get half a lettuce. I usually get half. And then sesame leaf. And then I don't like eating sam with salmon or tuna. I just like eating it with white fish. So I'm going to get 2 of these actually. The red snapper, I think. 2. And dip it in this chili pepper vinegar sauce. Put it on. And get a garlic. I love garlic too. Oh my gosh. You cannot eat this on your first date or any date unless you guys have been dating for like 2-3 years. Because this garlic, you're going to have a gnarly garlic smell. It's going to be pretty bad. And then you fold it so you can put it in your mouth. Like this. Like a ball. No, there was this one time I was like addicted to hweh, and I would go like every other week to eat it at the restaurant, but it was like so much, so expensive. It's like a little dumpling, vegetable dumpling. It's like a gift from the sea. Cheers! So today, I wanted to talk about my experience of going back to Korea after I grew up, going back for high school, and how I felt. Because I left Korea at a young age, and I lived in Busan, not Seoul. So it was a little different, and I didn't really like go out into the big streets or do anything like that. I stayed within my apartment and my town area, you know? So when I went back after I grew up, so I felt like a foreigner that was living in Korea, that understood and spoke Korean. I felt out of place. Everything seemed so different than when I was younger. Which was weird because I was expecting it to be similar. But it was so different, the lifestyle and just how people were. I felt like I was in a different country. Well, I was in a different country, but like, I felt like I wasn't Korean, you know? First off, when I moved back, the water change. Oh my gosh. Their water is obviously different than water here. So when I went back to Korea, my skin flipped out on me. It just went crazy. I started having crazy acne, like those small ones all over my face. And you know, it's hard to keep yourself from like popping pimples. Well, I seriously got a lot on my forehead and my cheek area after I moved to Korea. I didn't wear makeup until senior year in high school. So, you know, I would just go to school with a bare face with acne all over, like redness on my face. Which I wasn't like embarrassed about, but I just hated it. You know, who likes having pimples or acne on your face? And the reason why I didn't wear makeup until senior year in high school is because my dad didn't really let me. He would be like, study. All you have to do as a student is study. You don't have to worry about your physical appearance or anything because you can do all that later. Just study. So I couldn't because my dad was always home and, you know, I can't come home with makeup on, like do makeup outside of home and then come home without makeup, you know? Like I would have, if I did it secretly, I would have to come home with all my makeup on. So those are the reasons why I didn't put on makeup until senior year. Senior year, I was able to because I just was a little rebellious, I guess. So I didn't listen to my dad as much. But I was okay with my face until I stayed in Korea about a month. And I walk out. Every time I go out, everyone would have makeup on. Everyone. Or almost everyone. A lot of people had makeup on. So I was like, damn. Am I just young? Or are they old? Or what's going on? How come everyone has makeup on? Is that like normal here? I felt like an alien. Like, I felt like I was the only one that looked like a kid, you know? Another thing, culture shock for me. In LA, people are always first. So when cars drive by, they have to stop before they make a right and make sure people aren't crossing. And if they're about to go and they see a person, they stop, you know? They don't just keep going. In LA, at least. A lot of people. Not everyone does that, but in Korea, though, cars are first. I think it's kind of like that in New York, too. But, wow. It's still a little like that. So you have to watch out when you are in Korea and you're crossing the street. Wow, I was traumatized because I was going to this after school. I had to ride the bus. So I had to go to the bus station. And it was green light for me, right? It was green for a while. So I was crossing, I had my earphones on, and then midway, a bus drove by so fast, like right in front of my face. It was literally like right here. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. After that, like every time I crossed the street, I had like waited 4 seconds or 5 seconds, I don't know, until I made sure cars were all stopped. Because I didn't want to die like that. I don't want to die like that. But still, come on. You don't want to kill someone because you're in a hurry. I remember Taiwan being humid all year long. But I didn't remember Korea being that humid. But the summer was such a B. Like, I hated the summer in Korea. I hate how I think I sweat a little easier when I exercise or walk around than normal people, than, other people. So every summer, if I had to go meet a friend or whatever, I would be sweating profusely and like, it would seep out of my shirt. Oh my gosh. It was so bad. My hair is all like greasy and wet from my sweat. Oh, that just rhymed. It was wet from my sweat. So I hated summers in Korea. And oh wow, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes everywhere. But if you live above like the 15th floor, I don't think mosquitoes can reach that far. And I lived on like the 33rd floor, so it wasn't too bad. But if I went out, I would get all these mosquito bites, which sucked. Give me my blood back. Sam, 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 sam. Let me tell you about this incident that happened in Korea. So I was on the basketball team. And after practice, my friends and I, we wanted to go eat. But we had to walk to the subway and then take the subway and go to the next station. So we rode the subway and it, obviously it was more comfortable speaking in English with each other. So we had a basketball in our hands and then we were talking in English. And then this grandpa just suddenly comes up to us and he's like, 야, 씨발 것들아! 한국말로 해! Like, he was mad that we were speaking English. So I was like, whoa. Whoa. He was like, you little young kids speak Korean. You impolite, whatever. Like, he was saying all that. I was like, 죄송합니다, 죄송합니다. But, wow. He was so mad. He had like this cane, he's like, and then my friends and I were like trying to speak Korean, like, 아, 그랬어, like, you know how a lot of people in LA, when you make eye contact, you smile, like, either with your teeth or you just smile, So I was used to that. So in Korea, I would get in the elevator, but someone's already there. So I would smile. But then they would look at me like, what the is she smiling at, kind of thing. Like, why is she smiling at me? But I was just smiling because it's like awkward when you make eye contact and you're just like, what, you know? It happened to me several times, so I stopped smiling at people. But I don't know, when someone smiles at you, doesn't it make your day? It makes my day. Like the smallest things. But that was like a cultural shock for me too. But after I lived there for a year, I kind of got used to it. I don't know. Everyone's different. Another thing that I still can't get used to though is subways in Korea get super busy. And also walking around in cities like Gangnam and like Garosuke, it's really busy. So you're bound to bump into people. Yeah, I understand. But I still don't understand how people step on you and they don't say sorry and they just go their way. I never got used to that. They would bump into you and they wouldn't really say sorry. I don't know. Like, it takes 0.1 second to say sorry, but some people, not everyone. It happened a lot to me though, so I just had a bad memory about that. I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of young adults are different now. They do apologize, I'm sure. Unless they're, like, super busy and they didn't even know they bumped into you. Which could be another reason. But I never got used to that. So, I was living with my dad, and my mom came later. And then I would go to restaurants with my dad like once a week or, you know, whenever. And the people there, like the waitress or anyone working there would like give us this weird vibe. Like they would look at us like all weird. Because even at that time, a lot of dads didn't hang out with just their daughter. It wasn't usual. I don't know about these days, but it got a lot better because there's shows like Superman Returns and other shows where like the dad and daughter hangs out. Just the two of them. Just the two of us. But my dad and I would go to these restaurants to eat. But they would give us like literally like looking at us up and down and like whispering to each other. My dad and I were like, do you feel that weird vibe? Like they're talking about us? And then it happened so much. And I told my dad, I was like, do they think we're like 원조교제? Which means like, you know, like a pedophile kind of thing, like an older guy and, you know, a younger girl, whatever. And then it got so bad to the point where a little later, my dad got so mad and he's like, this is my daughter. He got so mad. He's like, 이거 얘 내 딸이에요. 딸이에요, 딸. She's my daughter, okay? She's my daughter. I still remember like the tone of my voice. I mean, my dad's voice. Wow, he was pissed off. They just like triggered that. It was so bad though. No, is that like normal to have a dad and daughter hang out in different countries? Can you guys tell me in the comments below because I really want to know. if you're treated like that if you go out with your dad often. I don't know. I was like, how can they think like that in the beginning? I was like, nah, I don't think that they're thinking that. But later, like, we heard one of them saying like, oh, he's with a young girl, like, you know? So we were like, so mad. Uni. Get in my belly. Oh my god, I almost choked on the vinegar and the ginger. Whew. Like, when I film sometimes, I hear the sound of me chewing. Because it's kind of quiet in here. I just want to dance, like. I don't know, it's kind of funny. Slimy abalone. You know what I loved about Korea, though? When I moved, they had a lot of game cafes. It was really popular back then. So, my friends and I would always go to game cafe and play, like, Jenga. And, like, there's, like, these slapping card games. And, you know, time would go by so fast. Like, it was so much fun going to game cafes. That was, like, our thing. If we're not playing basketball, then game cafe. Oh, fun. Or like sticker pictures. I loved sticker pictures. Another thing I loved about Korea was the jjimjilbangs. It's saunas. Wow, you could stay there the whole day in Korea, and their food is bomb there too. And they have like so many different rooms. I think they have like 5 to 10. Depends where you go, but I love jjimjilbang. It's just so clean there. I heard now they have like noraebang, which is karaoke, and like they even have Korean barbecue in there. They have everything. Last one. Cheers. Uni left. Uno left. Tamago. Wait. Tamago is the egg? What is this? A sago? I forget. Bum diggity bum diggity bum diggadoo. Thank you, my honeybees, for watching. If you want to become a honeybee, please subscribe to this channel to see more videos. And like this video if you guys liked it. And comment down below if you guys have any questions or if you've experienced any cultural differences before. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!